please give it up for Nour.
Welcome to the era of the dulcet dictatorship, global domination led by the nostalgia knights wielding pop culture pitchforks of soft power. That's right, soft power. Still power though, still the capacity to influence our behavior, to direct the course of events. Still power, soft and gentle, familiar and frightening, and we are all soldiers in these culture wars, surrendering well before we have even learnt to fight. See, the most valuable piece in a game of modern capitalist chess is a millennial pawn. Enough disposable income to target with relentless social media campaigns, kind of like old-timey pieces of military propaganda, yet not enough income to be a real threat, that is to say, expendable. Yet here we are, retro stickers to our neck as we wave a white flag while we watch a reboot from our childhood covered from head to toe in paraphernalia of power too soft to resist. Assalamu alaikum. Hey. My name is Nour. I have poems. Nah, I just got one. That was just like an intro. Just trying to be mysterious and shit. The poem I'll perform, I think the saddest part about this poem is that I think I wrote it like 10 years ago, and I've never had to change a word. It's always interesting meeting, younger people and who be like, oh, they see like Palestine on the news now. I have this colleague at work, she's like 21. And she was like, oh, there's this thing happening. It's been going for so long, like it's been a few months. And I was like, Destiny, it has been 75 years. Let me give you a quick history while I label these boxes. It's crazy. My dad is from Egypt. My mum is from Syria. So the last 10 years have just felt like protest after protest. And honestly, we're just tired. But nonetheless, this piece will continue to rage on until something real changes. Thank you. This one is for the killers, for the thieves and for the murderers, for those who dance on stolen land, and for the continued colonizers that create them. Grow a pair of lungs, learn to breathe the same air our people were denied, inhale the rubble that courses through their airways, and as they claw their way up from beneath the dirt, learn to speak with the same dust that has settled upon their tongues. There's enough red on your hands to make them paintbrushes, and we have had enough of your masterpieces. Our people will paint their own futures. Too often it is said that history is written by the victors, as if all this was just a game. Let me remind you, our people are not losers. They have fought fist and bone against those above the law. So don't keep calling these continued genocide in Gaza a war. This playing field was never level. Hell, they forced us to play football when all we had was a high school basketball team with torn shorts and worn out kicks with no soles, firing from the front line, trying to make airtime, only to be dunked into the river Jordan. Our jump shots do very little in the presence of a keeper. An iron defense and concrete walls that separate us from the goals of our ancestors, but still, our people played anyway. It's funny that we were only ever reduced to hate. They gave us names because they refused to call us human. The beating of these hearts is not called Hamas, and if anything, the so-called hate is only the hate that hate produced, bottled up for decades and continuously induced, elected to fight the occupation you produced and maintain, and our people have lost far too much and they will no longer settle for the same. Martyrs, musicians, militants, poets, politicians, and peacemakers, reformers, revivers, and refugees, we will write our own histories, rise up from beneath the earth and high-five the sun, because the sunrise has always meant something, and not even you have the power to make it set, and you can bet we have leveled this playing field with our own bodies, and our resilience means that we will never be forced to surrender. We will never be forced to surrender. Our voices will be heard. Our voices will be heard. Hashtag Twitter, Insta, this, status update. This is Project Palestine, international activist networking, finally changing the face of your political propaganda. And our people will write their own histories. Tonight, we write our own histories because we are not losers. We have sculpted lenses from our eye sockets. We have forged pens from our very bones. We write with ink passed down through generation of bloodlines. Our ancestors have taken center stage. We have reclaimed our paintbrushes and learned to paint the sun red on this page because we will never stop rising. Because we will never stop rising. And tomorrow, the truth will finally shine. Thank you.